Right, I'm just making a quick video talking about why I'm excited to teach Marketing 155, Social Media for Business. There's a lot of reasons why I'm excited to teach that class, especially this spring semester, spring of 2021. But I'm going to focus on three reasons. First, collaboration. Second, our projects. And third, when I last taught this class in the spring semester of 2020, a lot has changed in the last year. So talk about all three of those reasons. First, starting with collaboration. So when I taught this class a year ago, we had a fun mix of concurrent enrollment, our high school students, and then local business owners. And it was really fun to see them bring their ideas and their experiences and collaborate with each other and learn from each other. So, for example, some of the high school students are very familiar with specific social media platforms, but not necessarily familiar with marketing strategies or techniques or analytics or how to even use social media for the purposes of a business or an organization. And they got to learn a lot from those local business owners who had experience using specific platforms. Now, having said that, some of those business owners had focused on one or two specific platforms and wanted to learn more about another platform or how to use a specific platform differently. And they got to have insight from some of those high school students about what their perception of it was. A lot of times they had different experiences, different backgrounds, and they benefited from that discussion and that collaboration. So that's really fun. I'm hoping that will happen again this semester. The projects are going to be pretty similar to what we did the last time I taught the class. We have 7 projects. 3 of those 7 projects are focused on kind of like a final project. So the first project we have in the class, you get to propose an idea for what you want to focus on in the course. And then we have a follow-up project and then your final project where you get to present what you learned as you work through those sequence of 3 projects. And those are just, we've seen everything from like a business owner saying, hey, here's changes I made to how I market my business. And then we've seen, high school students say, rather than focusing on a business, I'm going to focus on an organization because that is still an applicable use of the information from this class. So we've had high school students focus on how to market student government at their school or FBLA or various other student organizations. So that's really fun to watch and to help out with and to learn about. And then last but not least, so much has changed in the last year. Obviously, we've seen an increase in e-commerce as a result of the pandemic, as well as how we market that e-commerce. But even going beyond the pandemic, TikTok is, none of my students really talking much about TikTok a year ago. And then just in this fall semester, in classes that maybe you wouldn't necessarily expect to hear it, we were talking about TikTok. And then also I'd say in addition to that platform, just live streaming in general has changed so much in the last year. So I'm really curious to see if any students want to focus on TikTok, if they want to focus on live streaming, or maybe something that's not even on my radar. I think that's one of the fun things about the class. So we give students the power to decide what do they want to focus on. There's some other projects they do that have a little bit more structure, but there are projects where they really get to kind of choose the direction, choose the goals, and it's always fun to see what they pick. So I'm excited for that. I think it's a fun class.